We also want to get you up to speed on Apple shares higher today, despite a journal report that the Justice Department is escalating its probe into the tech giant. Yahoo Finance senior tech reporter Dan Howley is here with the latest. Dan, the pressure is certainly on tech from the regulators' perspective. What's the latest here?
Yeah, this is basically kind of just a discussion about how the DOJ seems to be getting further along in its investigation into Apple. We've heard about this seemingly since, forever. For the past at least 2 years, we've been discussing it. 3 years, 4 years, there's been a probe going on. And really, what they're talking about here is what Apple does as far as its ecosystem and blocking out third parties. We had previously discussed the App Store, and this seems to be more about the technologies that Apple allows others to access on its devices. So one of the instances that's discussed is Tile and the tracking ability that offers. Apple offers its own tracker, and so Tile seems to argue that, look, Apple's cutting us off from certain features. It asks if it wants Tile to track them all the time. That makes people feel a little leery of it, where with Apple, it doesn't ask you if you want a AirTag to track you all the time. So there's these issues that are, kind of across the spectrum where Apple seems to favor its own devices, whether it's, with the ability for instant pairing with your AirPods or your Apple Watch or something along those lines. With other apps, you don't necessarily have that ability. The ability to access the wallet and use things like Apple Pay. These are different features that Apple offers that third parties are saying, look, they're blocking us out and hurting us as a result. Now, Apple, on the other hand, would tell you, hey, these are the features that we offer to ensure that people want to keep coming back to us. So it's this, is it too much of blocking out third parties, or is it just Apple offering features that makes their products seem more attractive?
Interesting to check on investor reaction, which is none. The stock is up more than 1% today, up more than 20% this year. And that's with many feeling that the Bidens crackdown on those junk fees would also hurt Apple's App Store model. These two things taken into account, what is the impact on the App Store? Yeah,
so, the App Store has also been discussed a lot as far as antitrust goes. That 30% or 15% fee that they charge other developers. The problem is this seems like it might be going, away to a degree. There's in the UK, they have the Digital Markets Act, the EU, they have the Digital Markets Act. And what that essentially does is says, look, you have to open up your device to allow third-party app stores. Now, if you are being charged a 30% premium on Apple's App Store, and there's a third-party app store that you can access, a lot of people might go to that cheaper option for that third-party app store. So they're expected to roll something like that out sometime around 2024 when the enforcement of that goes into effect. But it really could make Apple change its ways as far as whether or not it's going to offer the third-party app stores or not.
Dan, if we do in fact see a lawsuit, any idea just about the timing of that?
It could still be quite a ways away. Like I said, we've been, tracking this for years now. And so we haven't had anything come down just yet, but this just proves that they're really ratcheting it up and something is likely coming.
Yeah, when you factor in the FTC, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Apple all under some form of investigation by the administration, that is a unmistakable and massive trend that is not impacting the stock.
I was going to say, and there's been no reflection of that in share price. Take a look at Apple, up about 1% today, up over 20% since the start of the year. You can see that for a lot of those tech names. All right, Dan Howley, thanks so much.